Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Tailgate Sports Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Tanner Johnson. With me, as always, is Ricky Scott. What's up, Ricky?
What's up, Tanner? What's up, everyone?
Fantastic day of football. I called it, man. Chargers, Bengals, great Sunday night football game. Fantastic. Called it. Calling my shots. Justin Herbert's playing like an MVP with no receivers around him.
You called one game.
Oh, I called the Vikings beating the Titans. I also did call the Lions beating the Jaguars.
Did you call the Ravens losing to the Steelers?
No, I did not. I had the Ravens winning.
Or did you have the Bears giving up another game? Giving
Yeah.
away a free game?
I think so.
They pulled the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think so. I thought the Patriots were going to win, man. I thought they were.
You were wrong about that one, my friend.
All right. Just a little housekeeping before we start with our day. We are a two-man small business, so please show us support by rating, commenting, and subscribing. Definitely sharing it with all your friends. Like we've been saying, we're getting our socials up and running, just kind of running into a couple of issues with getting some clips for you guys. But today we should be able to get some clips. We're doing a mock draft.
Mock draft.
All right, Ricky. You want odds or evens? We're gonna switch off every pick.
I'm gonna go evens.
You fucker. It's because you want the Raiders, don't you?
No.
All right. So this is the updated draft order, including after Sunday Night Football. This is not including Monday Night Football, where the Cowboys are playing the Texans. Obviously, things will change depending on the results of that. But as it stands right now, this is the draft order. Let's get going. Okay. Jaguars up at number 1. Do you think that Trent Baalke and Doug Peterson get fired after losing by 50?
I hope so. I'd hope so.
So, do you want to do trades? I typically don't like to do trades this early.
I think it'll make it a little sticky, so we'll just keep it.
Just keep it straight up?
Yeah.
All right. There we go. We're planning it while we're recording.
So, best way to do it.
If I'm Jacksonville, I'm trading this pick. I'm not staying here. You have your quarterback, and you need an offensive tackle. You need wide receivers and offensive tackle. Okay. I would not be sticking and picking, but if I am sticking here, I'm taking Travis Hunter.
First overall.
Travis Hunter's going number 1 overall. Have him play corner opposite Tyson Campbell, and then come in for sub packages to play wide receiver. I mean, he's just the best player in college football, best prospect on the board.
All right. Not to.
Yeah. You got Tennessee Titans up here at number 2.
What am I going to do with your Titans?
So
your guys' biggest needs are what? Quarterback, offensive tackle, and another edge rusher.
Yeah. I could see an edge rusher. I mean, I think Arden Key's a free agent after this year. Obviously, right tackle is just a glaring black hole of sadness that just wells up every week. Will Levis has been playing better, though. He has been playing better the past couple of weeks, so that makes me happy.
I mean,
he's still losing.
Yeah, still some things to clean up. I don't know if they're losing because they want better draft capital or.
Did you see the Titans head coach almost get thrown out of the game?
No, I missed it.
So there was an egregious targeting call. Like, absolutely the worst call I have seen in weeks since the, no call face mask on Sam Darnold. Like, this was bad. The Titans safety goes up and makes a play on the ball and hits the wide receiver with his shoulder in his chest. And he violently flops back. Like, he got popped. It was a really good hit. But they called targeting on it. It gave him a fresh set of downs. It would have turned him over on downs. Like, it was 4th and goal, and he popped the ball loose. So it was an incomplete pass. They throw targeting, fresh set of downs. They score the next play.
That's freaking hilarious.
He's screaming, throwing his iPad, screaming at the official. He gets a 15-yard penalty called on him, which makes no difference. I mean, it's placed at the 1-inch yard line anyways. And he had one of his assistant coaches pulling him back to try and keep him off the field so he didn't get thrown out of the game. And like it was bad. Like broadcast, everyone said that it should have not have been called.
Crazy. For this pick, man, it's so crazy about what you guys are gonna do with your team. Like,
oh yeah.
And then with
I know
this,
what I want.
This is not being a, quarterback heavy draft. I'm gonna address that O line and roll with Will Campbell out of LSU.
Will Campbell. He's gonna play. Where's he gonna play? Is he gonna play guard or is he gonna play tackle?
Oh, probably the tackle.
I think so.
But I say they give Mr. Mayo, another year, see what they can develop out of him. If it's still stagnant, I think you got a little bit better draft capital out of 26.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is exactly what I would do if I was the Titans. I would be taking a tackle. If I was here, obviously, if Travis Hunter was still available, I would take Travis Hunter.
Oh yeah, all day.
I'd be encouraged by Tedoroa McMillan.
Honestly, don't see him picking a offensive tackle that high. I could see them trading out of that pick, possibly with the Raiders, because the Raiders were desperate for a quarterback. So I could see them picking Shedeur at 2. I mean, we picked Jamarcus Russell first overall.
Yeah, that's definitely true. That has happened. Let's go through the sadness that is Raiders and Browns quarterbacks.
Oh my god.
Oh man. That's a sad history. Let's not talk about that. Well, all right, Cleveland Browns at number 3. I think they're going quarterback. Now here's the thing. Milroe, Ward, and Shedeur Sanders are the 3 quarterbacks that will probably go in the first round. Like Garrett Nussmeier is kind of intriguing, but his mistakes are like very bad. Very bad. You got some fun guys towards the end, like Diego Pavia, Curtis Rourke, Riley Leonard. Diego Pavia is going to be the Brock Purdy of this draft.
I see them trading out of that position if
the Browns
drafting today.
The Browns,
they got to play it smart. This is not another pick they can mess up.
They're taking Cam Ward.
I agree. I had the same thing.
No way, no how. Okay. Full transparency, Cam Ward has taken over my number 1 quarterback in the draft. He took it from Shedeur. Again, my concerns with Shedeur is just his maturity and his pocket presence. Okay.
Don't forget his dad.
And his daddy, who has his own talk show now, apparently.
The distraction.
So, like, the Browns just need a professional. Cam Ward, yes, he's kind of like a Jameis, but no moment's too big. He's constantly even-keeled. He's like Jordan Love. That's what it feels like. Even-keeled, even demeanor. No moment's too big for him, and he doesn't get rattled. That's what they're going to need. They're going to need a player and someone who is okay playing from behind. I mean, Miami is the scariest team. If they make the playoff, the college football playoff, they're the scariest team for anyone to play because they can put up 45 points on anyone. And Cam Ward is the biggest reason why. So, Browns are going Cam Ward at number 3. You're Las Vegas Raiders, my friend.
So hear me out.
That is the Raiders.
The Raiders are going to pick a quarterback because they're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But I would, picking a quarterback's not going to put us into the, we're in the playoff run, We're not a quarterback away.
Especially in your division.
We're definitely not a quarterback away. I would love to see them be patient. And they're going to pick Shedeur Sanders. But I would pick, a running back.
Running back that high?
Out of Boise State.
Ashton Jeanty?
That's who I would pick. But they're not going to. They're going to pick Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, although I think Ashton Jeanty is definitely worth that pick, they need a quarterback. Too bad. I mean, they decided to sit pat and wait during last year's draft for a quarterback, and all 6 of them got taken right before him. So,
but like you said, with all the distractions, all the stuff, off the field stuff, on the field stuff, Like, is that your guy? Is that your premier franchise quarterback
I
that you
don't
can't
know.
live without?
I think he definitely he's kind of like the Bo Nix effect for the Broncos. Like he'll raise the floor for your team. It's just a matter of if his maturity can translate. Because that's my worry. I mean, Vegas, it's party town. Is he going to be okay being a Vegas Raider?
Not even that. Is he patient to wait? Because like I said, we're not going to win that year. We're not going to win the Super Bowl. We're probably not going to go to the playoffs.
Yeah,
Well,
I agree. I mean, he's going against
I'm gonna be nice and just
3
say
top 10 defenses.
I'll be nice and say we finish 8-8.
Next year.
Yeah, and not make the playoffs.
I mean, that's definitely a step. That's Antonio Pierce keeping his job next year if they go 8-8.
But I still see him being patient. Like you said, all the distractions, all the BS, all the Raiders need to turn the page and definitely do some soul searching, fire a lot of people. You know, maybe sell the team fully.
That's never going to get sold. It's one of those franchises never getting sold.
I mean, it did justice for the Commanders.
That was also a whole other situation that, yeah, we're not going to get into that one. That's a can of worms that can't be opened. All right, New York Giants at number 5. They're going quarterback 1,000% right now. I would personally pick Drew Allar, like I did our last mock draft. I think he's Brian Daboll's kind of guy. I think Jalen Milroe could also fit that kind of Josh Allen mold early on. And so if Brian Daboll's given a couple year runway to be with Jalen Milroe, I would like the fit. So we're going Jalen Milroe.
Had him on my board as well.
You got the Pats.
Oh, lucky me.
Stud Drake May.
He needs some firepower. I mean,
so is this like the easiest pick?
Yeah, it's like right in front of your face. We're going with McMillan. Like, big body receiver, great hands, great route running. Terrible quarterback at Arizona, and he still looks great.
Like, could you imagine the pitch if they had Tedoroak McMillan this year? They'd already be at 5-6 wins on the season. They would not be picking here.
No.
If they had one more receiver or even just a left tackle, that's how good Drake May is playing.
There's still so many people they can still get that are free agents that could help their team right now.
Yeah, totally agree. All right, we got the dumpster fire that is same old Jets. Did you watch the Jets game?
Yeah, it's crazy that they look good and shitty at the same time.
Yeah. Did you see the hard cut to the fans? There's a couple of fans wearing paper bags over their faces, eye holes cut out, saying "same old Jets."
They are the same old Jets. How do you lose last minute? Did you see that last drive for Anthony Richardson?
Oh yeah, Anthony Richardson,
looked great.
Stud.
I mean, it wasn't even the last drive; it was the last 2 drives. He looked fantastic.
Yeah, stud, man. Maturity issues out the window.
They said let's bench him,
and he's like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna play the best I've ever played."
And then I'm gonna demand the trade.
All right, we got the New York Jets Jets, and there's so many problems here.
There are so many.
Honestly, if McMillan was here, I'd pick McMillan. Honestly, Will Johnson is pretty intriguing to me right now. Mason Graham as well. Their offensive line could use help as well. Malachi Starks, Luther Burden. There's quite a few ways the Jets could go. I mean, they could even look at quarterback. But from what I hear, they like Jordan Travis out of FSU. They want to see what he has in training camp next year if Aaron Rodgers doesn't come back. So I think with the 7th pick in the draft, the Jets, they're going to keep focusing on their trenches. Should I? Mason Graham?
No,
I don't know.
This is your mock draft, my friend.
I don't know.
Don't blow it and don't blow your franchise.
I think they're going to go Will Johnson.
I agree. 100%. That's exactly what I had on my board.
Okay. My reasoning is DJ Reed is a free agent. I don't think they're going to bring him back. And obviously, Sauce Gardner is a stud. And you get essentially Patrick Surtain to play opposite. This would be the best. It already is the best trio of corners in the league. It's just going to continue that way with Will Johnson. All right, you got the Panthers. You got 3 quarterbacks off the board, man. What are you going to do?
They're definitely not going quarterback, I can tell you that much. They're not trading Bryce. They took a big hit by trading Burns.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go defense.
Defense.
With the edge rusher, James Pierce out of Tennessee. They're going to shake it up. James Pierce
this high?
Yeah.
This high? Damn.
Shake it up.
Damn. James Pierce?
Yeah.
So obviously, like, I love James Pierce. He's like a super twitchy, best first step out of the whole class. Like, he was argued to be the number 1 pick in the draft heading into the season. He just didn't develop in the run game aspect in his run defense. He's kind of an active liability in that. But for the Panthers, honestly, on defense, anything helps.
What's that famous saying? Coach him up.
Yeah. I like that he's going to Ejiro Evero. I love him as a defensive coordinator, and he's a great piece. Like, I want James Pierce to go to specific defenses, like Raheem Morris, the Rams, Ejiro Evero. I'd like him to see possibly in Tennessee. I would love that.
The first thing they always do is clean up these guys' bad habits, anything they can improve on. That's what they're hitting on.
Yeah, I mean, it's turning into Will McDonald has 10 sacks on the year, and he's essentially Will McDonald, just a little twitchier.
Who you got?
All right, friend? You got the Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas.
Did you? So, like, Jerry's like losing his marbles.
He's over there at the Tyson fight.
It's like he owns a Dallas radio station that talks about the Cowboys, and he does a weekly segment there, and he's threatening to fire the radio host.
Oh, I saw that. That was hilarious.
Like, he's just out there. Honestly, if I'm the Cowboys, do not pick Ashton Genty. Do not do it. Will they? Yes.
Yes, of course.
Should they? No. They should take Mason Graham if he falls to them, which is who I'm going to go with.
Ooh.
I mean, Mason Graham immediately fixes their entire defensive line. Pass rushing, as a stud run defender, he fixes their whole defensive line. Makes it a top 10 unit again. That was easy for me.
Who I got? The good old New Orleans Saints, who need a lot of love on defense. I don't think there's a wide receiver on the board right now that they're in love with. So I see them going.
I've been doing kind of a deep dive into the Saints. Holy shit, it is a mess.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, I've been kind of working on an idea for an episode coming up called Pathfinder, where we are the Pathfinders forward for each franchise that sucks ass. And the Saints one it's messy, man. But anyway, I'll throw it back to you. That's for another time.
Back to me with the one-handed catch. I'm going Abdul Carter. It's right in front of you. Edge rusher out of Penn State. They need love on defense. They need love everywhere else. We don't know if Derek Carr is going to be a quarterback for the Saints next year. Who's going to be their quarterback? Like, yeah. They have a lot of holes they got to address.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, Cam Jordan, I would assume, is retiring, so that leaves Carl Granderson. Everyone else in their defensive line is easily replaceable. And Abdul Carter, stud. Like, super twitchy. He's getting down all of his pass rush moves.
One thing I want to say for our episodes is maybe we'll hit a free agent, a mock free agency.
Oh, absolutely.
So we can kind of because that always reflects to the draft as well.
Yeah, for sure. But I love Abdul Carter. I mean, him, James Pierce are the twitchy ones in the draft. I like Carter better than Pierce, just because he's better as a run defender. He's more physical. He loves being physical. I think that's perfect for the Saints. He might be a little too small for their edge group, but that could also be changing with Dennis Allen being fired. So
I mean, we saw
they could be.
Jalen Carter drop to the Eagles when he was one of the best defensive players on the board.
Oh, absolutely. That was stupid.
So,
How does Howie Roseman do that?
like I said, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
All right. So we got the Cincinnati Bengals. And Bengals are hard, man.
They are.
They're so like, I'm assuming they're gonna let T. Higgins walk. Okay, and that's real brutal. Like losing T. Higgins. Yeah, you have Jermaine Burton, but it's almost like he's butting heads with everyone. So it's kind of hard to pick him over. Like, it's kind of hard not to pick a receiver if you're the Bengals. But your defense is so atrocious. They invested so much into it. Hometown boy Sam Hubbard. I'm sorry, they might be losing Trey Hendrickson. So I'm looking to replace him with Nick Scourton. Big boy. 280 plus, 6'5", super thick physical edge rusher out of Texas A&M. He's definitely the Trey Hendrickson kind of build. He's got enough twitch to be competitive as a speed rusher. He has excellent strength. He's just perfect. I personally have him as my number one edge rusher just because he's all around the best edge rusher. All right. You got the Tua-led Miami Dolphins.
So you kind of messed up my whole pick because you know the Cowboys are going to pick a running back. Just saying.
Yes.
On my board, I had Mason Graham going to them, but let's be crazy. And, let's look at these cornerbacks.
Corner.
Cheese and rice. Slim pickings, my friend.
Yeah, Benjamin Morrison, Siobhan Ravel, and Jahdae Barron are all consensus first-round picks.
I'd say we go Jahdae Barron out of Texas. Texas cornerbacks are proven.
Yeah.
And
I definitely like it.
Why not learn from Jalen Ramsey?
He fits that versatility of Ramsey, too. Play all over that secondary.
Likes to talk. Those Texas guys love to talk. They like to hear themselves talk. And like I said, Texas defense players are proven. Proof is in the pudding.
Because you went Jahdae Barron, who I was actually considering for the Buccaneers here. I think, to be honest, their edge rush group is pretty brutal slim pickings. If I'm being honest, I gotta go Mykel Williams.
Yeah, as funny as I had Benjamin Morrison going to them.
Like I understand the corner need, but their edge rush group, man. Joe Tryon Shoyinka hasn't worked out at all. They have Yaya Diaby, but he's just a speed guy. If you have Mykel Williams to crush the pocket in towards Diaby, that works out perfectly.
These dang Chicago Bears.
Can they just keep trying to lose, man?
Can they draft every single offensive player that's the best right now? So obviously, their offensive line is top. Their defense is, they're pretty good. So I have them drafting Tyler Booker, offensive lineman out of Alabama.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's so early. Explain this to me. Explain your rationale for Booker.
I mean, they produce great offensive linemen. I would never not choose an Alabama offensive line. That's just my way of thinking.
Lex Leatherwood.
I mean, you have one bad apple out of 100 successful ones.
Or is it just the Raiders' luck?
That is definitely the Raiders' luck. They would pick. I mean, was he that? He was not that bad in college.
No, that's just being mean. But
I mean, that's not being mean. I think you're just being honest. That is the Raiders' luck.
Yeah.
I mean, a Saban, product.
Yeah, I like Tyler Booker. Honestly, for me, I don't know if any pure guards are going to go this high. I think if there's a guard that's taken, it's probably going to be an offensive tackle that is switched to a guard, like Blake Miller, Emory Jones, someone like that. That's who I'm kind of thinking. Jonah Savanaia.
I mean,
Those are the people that I'm kind of thinking would switch to play guard.
the Bears got to do something. And Alabama produces some houses.
I agree. So I do like it. The Colts right now, I think this is an easy pick. It's Malachi Starks, safety from Georgia. He fits the Kenny Moore, super aggressive. He's a baller. He just plays. He knows how to play football. He's super smart. He understands what he's doing. So he is.
I think you're reading my board.
I actually have it in front of me. All right, Seattle Seahawks, pick 16.
Seattle. Let's see.
Offensive line.
Obviously.
Being honest. Offensive line.
So, like you literally just said, there's not a lot of pure guards out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have him taking Kelvin Banks, offensive tackle out of Texas.
Like it. It's aggressive.
Not as aggressive as you, getting on my ass about these picks.
Come on, man. Watch your tape. No, I love it.
I mean, look
it's
at
perfect.
These guys are keeping Jalen Milroe up and making him look great.
Yeah.
How could you not want to replicate that for Caleb Williams? He needs anything that can help him right now. Dude's aching.
Want, like the Quentin Nelson or the Zach Martin.
I'm going to Alabama.
Tackle converted to guard. I love the Kelvin Banks pick. They just need help, man. Abraham Lucas was getting bullied by Nick Bosa all game. And once Bosa went out, the Seahawks came back and won.
They said, hey, he's on the bench. Let's go win this thing.
So I love that pick. He's aggressive. He's a mauler in the run game. You put him opposite a stud like Charles Cross. It's a good tandem. Get you your bookends. All right. The Los Angeles Rams. Offensive line? Corner? Again?
I have them doing something silly, and I'll explain it here in a second.
Honestly, I think they could use a corner. If Will Johnson falls down to them, they're taking Will Johnson. Boom. Easy. Home run. Benjamin Morrison.
I don't see them addressing cornerback right away.
I don't think right now. But you see that their offensive line, McVay is the one of the Kyle Shanahan, McVay, like those trees that relies on his offensive line being good. So I think for me personally, they're going to take Josh Simmons, left tackle from Ohio State. He did go down with an injury during the season, but they do have Joe Noteboom. They do have Rob Havenstein. You get your first building block tackle of the future, and you just keep chugging along like that.
Who'd you pick?
Josh Simmons.
Jesus. I have them addressing their offense.
He is an offensive tackle.
Just because, not offensive tackle. I had them taking Colston Loveland at tight end. Crazy, right?
That is crazy. That is many words. I'm speechless at that one. I don't even know how to respond to that.
Well, look, for the freaking Rams, Tyler Higbee still came off the injury this year, right? Dude's 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And what? This guy is 6'5", 245, and his athleticism is great. That's why. I mean, Sean McVay loves his athletic players, and he molds these guys into superstars. Yeah. So that's why I have them doing something crazy.
That is crazy, and I don't hate it. Like, I think it's a solid pick, and it's just definitely not something that I have ever thought of. All right, 49ers here.
Guards. They're definitely going to pick a guard. I can tell you that much.
Are they picking a guard or a right tackle?
Probably a tackle.
I mean, McKivitz got his ass kicked all game.
I say tackle. We're going to go out of Minnesota. Ursery.
Ariante.
Yeah, you had that name on point. I'm just gonna ask you to say these names. I didn't want to butcher his first name, like I did his last name.
Yeah, Ariante Ursery. So yeah, Ariante Ursary is like a mammoth.
Yeah, 6'6", 330.
Huge. I could see him stepping in at right tackle. He's an excellent run blocker, and he's playing next to Dominic Puni, who is immediately a top 15 guard in the league as a rookie. So he has a safety valve with Puni at guard, and he can learn from Puni and Trent Williams.
What better way? I mean, dude's a 3-year starter.
Ursary is a stud. Like, that's a perfect situation for Ursary to go to.
And what do the Niners like to do? They like to, run that ball.
Mm-hmm. So we have the Denver Broncos.
Good luck, my friend.
This is another one. Like, wide receiver, according to PFF, wide receiver is a team need. Honestly speaking, I don't think they take a wide receiver in the first round. Like, if I am the Broncos, I am sitting there like, my offensive line's super expensive, and Garrett Bowles is a free agent. So I would immediately re-sign him if you could. Keep your offensive line intact. That would take care of the tackle need. Tight end, you can always find a tight end later in the draft. I'm not taking a tight end at 19. Interior defensive line and edge rush is kind of what I'm looking at. And for the Broncos, I'm leaning towards a Kenneth Grant here, just because Kenneth Grant is your all-around, just like Mason Graham. These two Michigan defensive tackles, they're all-around defensive tackles. They're good at pass rushing. They're good at run defense. Like, it just gives you that high floor for your defensive line to continue to improve going forward.
Ooh.
All right, you're on the clock with the Atlanta Falcons.
So we're going Nick Scarn, edge rusher out of Texas A&M. Did we get picked?
He's already gone, boy. He's already gone.
Hate you.
He got taken by the Bengals.
I hate you so much. What edges do we have?
All right, edge rushers. We got Shamar Stewart, LT Overton, Landon Jackson, Princely Umanmielen.
I hate you. Why do you take my guys? Let's go over to safety. Because they need love.
Yeah, Kamari Ramsey, Kevin Winston Jr.
I mean, why not? Let's go Kamari Ramsey out of USC.
Homer. Homer. That's a Homer pick for you.
Yeah. I love it.
I like Ramsey. I think he's definitely going to be a top 50 pick. This early, I don't know about that, but a ball hawking safety out of USC. Kalen Bullock's playing well this year, so
I mean, this guy has 37 solos, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, no interceptions, which can be, a thing.
Yeah.
But if you need somebody that's going to gun down that quarterback, some of these free safety rushes,
Yeah, I like Ramsey's versatility. He's definitely a back end free safety kind of player. Just want him to be a sure tackler, and he's definitely been a bright spot for the USC defense this year.
I mean, the Falcons are the only team with single digit sacks recording out of 9 out of the last 10 games.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't go with an edge rusher.
I mean, I want to shake it up.
I guess. All right, I got the Houston Texans 21. Texans, they got bookend tackles. Their interior is just awful. They ain't replacing Joe Mixon. They signed him to an extended contract with the Houston Texans. I think they're going to lean offensive tackle.
I agree.
But he's going to play guard. So I'm leaning Blake Miller.
Oh.
He's left tackle of Clemson. He's on the small side. He's barely 300 pounds. And so I'm leaning towards them taking him and rotating him into left guard. You're at the Arizona Cardinals, buddy.
Let's go edge.
Who are you thinking?
Let's go LT Overton out of Alabama.
Okay.
Mr.
Why are we
Overton.
going LT? Why are you going Overton?
I mean, 6'5", 283, 2 sacks on the season.
He's a high floor guy.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for. Where the defense is bad as the Cardinals is, a high floor guy. It's kind of like why they took Darius Robinson. Sorry.
Yes.
Last year, even though he hasn't played a snap, LT Overton is the high floor edge rusher that they could be looking for.
Big body edge rusher. Good speed.
For the Washington Commanders, I am taking Benjamin Morrison.
Oh, I had him going a lot higher than what he just got picked.
So they just traded for Marshawn Lattimore, who's been going through some injury issues the past couple of years. They have Mikey Sammer still to play the slot, but he's actually playing as a wide corner for them right now. Benjamin St. Juste is a solid corner, but I think they've been able to get pass rush production from Dan Campbell's scheme. I think they're going to address their edge rush later in the draft, but taking a top-tier corner to be able to play opposite Lattimore or even eventually take over for Lattimore, it's a no-brainer for me.
I like it. See the Baltimore Ravens picking Ashton Jeanty to back up King Henry. Just kidding.
To back up. He's never going to play.
King
Henry is immortal.
He's going to teach him how to get swole.
King Henry will be Tom Brady for the running backs, 45 years old.
He's going to suck his soul, take his talent in his youth. That's good.
Holy Grail.
Let's look at these cornerbacks. Who do we have available?
We got Siobhan Revell.
We're going Siobhan Revell out of East Carolina.
I love it. I think that's a Baltimore Raven pick.
That is a Baltimore Raven pick.
Siobhan Revell was fantastic. He did have a season-ending injury.
Yeah, torn ACL. In practice, that's terrible.
Yeah, 6'3", 193. He's big boy.
Great size.
I love seeing Siobhan Revell go to the Ravens. I think he's a perfect fit. He's kind of the Marlon Humphrey kind of mold of corner.
The great thing about this day and age is like they used to be like, "Oh, torn ACL is cool. We're straight away from that guy. Don't even look." But we have these guys having 2 or 3 torn ACLs in the same knee.
Oh yeah,
and bouncing back.
So, definitely want best of health to him, man.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, we got the Super Bowl bound Los Angeles Chargers.
Are you drunk? Did you drink today?
I'm calling my shot. Never wrong, just early. Never wrong, just early.
Yeah, they don't stand a chance. Just saying.
So, Chargers, honestly, you know who I'm going with?
Tight end.
They're going to go Luther Burden. Luther Burden has fallen to the Los Angeles Chargers. You know, that's perfect. Great separator, yards after catch. He is just drop him right in. You got Quentin Johnston, uber athlete, but you know, he sometimes has bricks for hands.
Mediocre as hell.
You got Ladd McConkey, route running savant, but you know, not athletic, and he's kind of the size of a twig. But Luther Burden, 5'11", 208, thick. He's a thick boy. I mean, his high-end comp is Jamar Chase. Yards after catch is his specialty. Came into the season as many people's number one wide receiver. I love Luther Burden.
I'd have went with Ohio State wide receiver. Just saying.
You going to technician again?
Proven.
Egbuka?
They're proven.
I'll give you that one. All right. We got Packers.
The Pack? My God. Who am I going with the Pack? I have no idea.
Packers are an interesting one. They have like literal measurement thresholds that players have to meet in order for them to pick them.
No. I'm going to need your assistance with this one. Packers hard.
Packers, they're one of those teams that only takes offensive tackles and then just distributes them to every position on the offensive line. But I actually really like their offensive line. I think it's a top 10 unit for sure. Their interior, their defensive line is definitely an issue. Their run defense isn't too good. Their edge rush has kind of been hot and cold this year. For me, you can go kind of 2 options. This is what I'm leaning. I would lean Tyreek Williams or Walter Nolan on the interior of the Packers' defensive line. Tyreek's the run defender. Walter Nolan's the pass rusher. Just kind of take your pick.
Did we have Walker get picked?
Walker.
Javon?
Deion Walker?
No. Javon Walker.
Javon.
What was his name? Javon? What did I say?
No, it's the Kentucky defensive tackle?
No, he's out of Kentucky defensive tackle.
Kentucky.
Deion. What did I say? Javon.
It's Deion Walker.
Sorry. These names are all blending in now.
Yep.
He's available.
He is.
We're drafting him.
Okay.
6'6", 343 or 345. I mean, he's leading Kentucky with 12.5 tackles for loss. Those are not just solo tackles. 7.5 sacks. And dude's playing pretty good ball.
Yeah, it's definitely he was on an upward trajectory and kind of leveled off this year. He definitely fits their molds. 6'6", 350.
They are. That's the
He's
thing about the
huge.
Packers. They're very peculiar with their picks. Like you can, everyone's like, okay, this is what they should do, and they're like, no, we're gonna do this.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's definitely the way that they're going.
This one's another weird pick too. Pittsburgh is very peculiar about their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely try and lean defense as much as they can, but they drafted Troy Fontanu this past year. He was supposed to be playing left tackle for them, but he had a season-ending injury in practice, and so he has not played a single snap all season. So they have their tackles of the future. Yes, Broderick Jones isn't playing great.
They want a little bit of offense.
Yes. There's just not anyone that I would take. Like corner, I wouldn't take anyone else here. Safety, Kevin Winston maybe, but I mean, he's not really doing anything for you for at least another year. D-line, I like Tyreek Williams, but you just paid Cam Hayward. Damn it. Fine, they're going to Mecca Egbuka. Technician, route running savant is Egbuka. He is always open. He will be the open guy.
I mean, 6'1", 205.
To help work the intermediate parts of the field, man. Like George Pickens is your contested catch, deep ball guy. Egbuka can be the chain mover.
I mean, George Pickens has over 40 receptions this season already.
Yeah.
And you got Egbuka, 47 passes, 587, 8 touchdowns. Come on now.
You got a 1-year flyer on Mike Williams.
Oh, yeah. I'd keep him. I'd extend him.
Yeah, so it definitely work out for them.
Oh, the Minnesota Vikings.
Who are the Vikings going with?
The Vikings are going with Trey Amos out of Ole Miss, cornerback. 6'1", 188.
Wow.
Dude has 32-inch arms. Explosive transitional quickness. I mean, dude's a baller.
Yeah, he definitely is.
He can fly.
I definitely I like that. They definitely need a corner, man. Their corner room got bullied by the Titans. That's saying something.
Yeah, you guys got some good speeders, though. Like
they definitely need the corner help. So I like that. Just how the board fell. I mean, if Siobhan Ravel, Benjamin Morrison were there, immediate lock in that pick. Honestly, I would have taken Ashton Genty because he's still available.
Yeah, he would have got picked forever ago by the Cowboys, you're saying?
I'm saying what the Cowboys should do, man. Should do. Don't be hating my good pick, my good team building.
You did something smart. They should actually pay you for that pick. You saved them.
Jerry, make me the GM.
Send that check.
Oh. You got the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. They pick. I mean, I don't know, man. They could use some edge rush. Yes. Josh Sweat's a free agent. Nolan Smith's okay. They paid Bryce Huff, but he's okay. They need I feel like they need to replace Josh Sweat.
He's right there in front of your face. Just saying.
I'm not doing Landon Jackson. We're going to go with Jack Sawyer.
Really? That high?
I'm going Jack. Yes.
I mean, that low?
Yeah. So Jack Sawyer is awesome, man.
Can you get on my ass?
Ultimate. He is the less athletic Nick Scourton. He's a solid edge rusher. He's a really good run defender. He is your edge setter. This is who you want as your edge setter. And so you got your speed guys in Huff and Smith coming off the other side with your hard edge setter and Jack Sawyer. Whew. Whew. That's going good. You got the Buffalo Bills.
Ooh,
the Kansas City Toplin Bills.
I mean,
what are they going to do?
They're 9-2. They haven't been 9-2 since '92. Just saying. They're going with Walter Nolan at Ole Miss.
Walter Nolan. I love it. I love Walter Nolan.
I mean, his measurables are amazing. 6'3", 305.
Yeah,
Very
he's a
disruptive.
former 5-star. He was the number 1 overall recruit in the 2022
Yes.
recruiting class to Texas A&M, and he transferred this past year to Ole Miss. He's always just been this freaky athletic. He just has his hair on fire playing, and it's just gotten him into trouble, causing too many negative plays. That's hurting his team overall. But this year, he has cleaned it all up. He is playing like a full defensive tackle. Love it. Love it. And it's a perfect situation. He's a rotational guy. Learn from Ed Oliver. I love that. All right, the KC Chiefs.
You have them at what, 31?
31. The loss today. The Detroit Lions are your Super Bowl champions.
Don't tell nobody.
So this is an easy one for the Chiefs. I mean, it's a pretty blatant what their need is. They need an offensive tackle.
Yes.
And because they need one this year, this is the perfect year to need one. Same as last year. Like offensive tackle, there is a ton of them. You got Will Campbell. You got Kelvin Banks, Connor Williams, Wyatt Millam, Ariante Ursary, Josh Simmons, Wyatt Millam. I think he's just good. Like he's good all the way around. Like he's playing left tackle. He's been a 3-year starter for West Virginia. He's just a dog in the run game. He fits on everything. He's a great pass blocker. He has allowed 5 pressures all year. No sacks. No sacks at all in his collegiate career. And that's just what they need. They need someone like that just is proven. He just feels like Christian Darrisaw. Like Christian Darrisaw was wildly undervalued at Virginia Tech. He never gave up a sack. Didn't even give up a pressure his junior year at Virginia Tech. And guess what? He's a top 5 tackle in the league for the Vikings right now. This is along the same lines for me. This is an easy slam dunk. Like they are sprinting that ticket in.
Danny Trips.
All right. Detroit Lions. Super Bowl champs.
Super Bowl champion. I don't see it happening, but
Dan Campbell biting kneecaps. He's biting Roger Goodell's kneecap to get the trophy.
So they're going with a Detroit native out of Oregon.
Ooh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Like native out of Oregon. Who the hell?
Derek Harmon.
Derek Harmon. Okay. All right. I like it. So explain to me your Derek Harmon.
I mean, that Lions defense is already top tier. Why not keep it that way?
Uh-huh.
And then Harmon can play both defensive tackle and end.
Ooh.
He's 4th in the nation, 30 hurries.
Wow. I didn't think about that. I like that a lot.
I mean, he brings versatility to that defense. That defense is already solidified. Why not continue that tradition?
Just cut a little weight, have him play edge. I like that a lot. Wow. Look at you playing 3D chess.
I mean, Dan Campbell's, if anybody can unlock that out of somebody, it's definitely him.
Oh, absolutely. All right. That is our mock draft, Ricky. Let's go through it one more time. Number 1 pick, Jacksonville Jaguars select Travis Hunter. Number 2, Tennessee Titans take offensive tackle Will Campbell. Number 3, the Cleveland Browns take quarterback Cam Ward out of the University of Miami. Your Las Vegas Raiders take Shedeur Sanders. I hear you mumbling. The New York Giants take Jalen Milroe at number 5. Patriots, Tedoroic McMillan, wide receiver. New York Jets take Will Johnson, cornerback out of Michigan. Carolina Panthers take James Pierce Jr., edge rusher. Dallas Cowboys do the smart thing, Jerry. We're watching you. Taking Mason Graham, defensive tackle out of Michigan. New Orleans Saints take Abdul Carter, edge rusher from Penn State. The Cincinnati Bengals take Nick Scarton, Texas A&M edge rusher. Miami Dolphins take Jahdae Barron, defensive back from University of Texas. Tampa Bay Buccaneers take Mykel Williams, edge rusher from Georgia. Chicago Bears take Tyler Booker, offensive guard from the University of Alabama. The Indianapolis Colts take Malachi Stark, safety from Georgia, number 16 overall. The Seattle Seahawks take Kelvin Banks Jr., offensive tackle from the University of Texas. 17, Los Angeles Rams take Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, Ohio State. 18, 49ers take Ariante Ursary, offensive tackle. 19, the Denver Broncos are taking Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle. 20, the Atlanta Falcons are taking Kamari Ramsey, safety from USC.
That's right.
I can't even get through that with a straight face.
You
The Houston Texans at 21 take Blake Miller, offensive tackle, but he will be playing guard. 22, the Arizona Cardinals take LT Overton, edge rusher from Alabama. 23, the Washington Commanders take Benjamin Morrison, corner from Notre Dame. 24, the Patriots take Siobhan Ravel, corner from Eastern Carolina. 25, the Los Angeles Chargers take your boy, Luther Burden, the third.
The third. Don't forget that.
The third. 26, Green Bay Packers take Deion Walker, defensive tackle from Kentucky. 27, Pittsburgh Steelers take Ohio State's Emeka Egbuka, wide receiver. 28. Yeah, finally. 28, Minnesota Vikings take cornerback Trey Amos from Ole Miss. 29, Philadelphia Eagles are taking Jack Sawyer, edge rusher. 30, Buffalo Bills are taking Walter Nolan, defensive tackle from Ole Miss. Kansas City Chiefs at 31 are taking Wyatt Millam, offensive tackle from West Virginia. And 32, the Super Bowl champion Detroit Lions, biting kneecaps, take Derek Harmon. That's pretty good. We got some wild ones in there for
the
sure.
Chargers should have took Ashton Genty. Just saying, they need a running back.
You see Justin Herbert slinging that rock around. Gus Edwards is running for like 8 yards a carry.
Sure.
Whatever. Keep the Gus bus, and just throw it to Luther.
So we could get a screenshot of this and post it to our Instagram.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, everyone, for staying tuned for our mock draft today. And again, definitely share with your friends, rate, comment, and subscribe. Helps us out a ton. Put a ton of effort into this. Anything else for us, Ricky?
I mean, please comment on these episodes, on socials, whatever you guys want to see. It definitely helps us out. Your guys' feedback makes us better.
Absolutely. Couldn't stress that enough. If there's anything you guys want us to do, want us to improve on, just let us know, and we'll definitely work it out.
I mean, if you want to be a guest on the podcast, comment. Hit us up.
Comment.
We love
bring you
on.
on.
Yeah, we love everyone's opinion.
We want this to be a community. Definitely want this to be a community, right, Ricky?
Yep, we'll talk some shop with everybody.
All right. Just like a tailgate, man. Everyone's sharing their opinions. Everyone's calling shots, sharing takes. Mm-hmm. We're going to be the tailgate community. Do you even tailgate, bro?
You better.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll see you next time.